Hi there, I'm Aaron Harlock from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and today I'll be demonstrating how to create and configure submixes in Sonar X3. So I've got a collection of tracks that I've put together here, just a bunch of samples I've pulled out of my library. I've got some drums here, got a couple of bass lines, I got some more drums that I like because they added more of a nice high end to those drums. It's pretty much on the same pattern. I've got my narration track, which is actually just passing my voice through to my screen clipping software. And then I've got my guitar track, which is just a quick guitar track that I recorded just right now. So if I play all these together right now without doing any adjustment, they sound like this. It's a masterpiece. Well, whatever. So in any case, what I'm going to do here first, just for the point of this demo, is to create a new bus, and I do that in Sonar by just going down to my console strip here and saying insert a stereo bus. And that bus I'm going to name Muddy Drums, because I'm going to point my lower end drums that have that nice sort of muddy flavor to them. I'm going to point those to that bus. And the way I do that in Sonar is I just click on the track. I go down to its console here and I point the output to that bus, and I do that for all the ones I want to go to that bus. So now I've got all three of those tracks on the one bus, and if I solo that track and hit play, I can turn them down, I can turn them up, and I can leave them in the middle. So now I've got one volume slider controlling all of those drums. And I can also add an effect to them. Let's have a look at an effect here. Now, in Sonar, these buses are actually considered to be tracks. And if I pull up my little bus list down here, you can see that as I look at this bus, it actually has all the same controls a track would have on it. It's even got an effects bin, it's got automation lanes. So I don't actually have to create like an aux track to point my bus to do all of these little control things. That's all just built into Sonar in the bus. So I'm going to add some effects. And I'm just going to put some reverb on there. Oh, let's go for something crazy. So now if I listen to that, let's see how we're doing. Yeah, so that's got some echo to it. Awesome. So now that effect is running all three of those tracks. So what I also want to do, I'm just going to create another bus here. And I can put my bright drums on that one. And I do that the same way I did with the muddy drums. I just point that to the bright drums output. So now I've got both of those pointing to this one here. So I can solo these two together. And that's my bright. And that's my muddy reverb. So now I can adjust those within the mix itself. And I can play around with that however I want. And I can also add, say, my basses to another bus, or any guitar tracks I might record from now on to another bus. With this number of tracks, it's not really a big deal. But once you get upwards, 20, 30, 40, 50 tracks, it becomes almost a necessity to have submixes for every section that you're going to deal with, because you can then get that sort of coarse control over the various aspects of your mix without having to go into each individual track and change the volume and, your effects. Do you want it to be compressed? You can add that to the entire set of tracks rather than just a single one. So thanks for watching my presentation. I hope it was at least a little bit helpful to you, if not interesting and informative. And I will catch you on the flip side.